The title of this incident is Dad's DuPont Tomato Plants. This is being recorded August 28th, 2020. It involved all the children of Dick Lynch. Me, I'm Jack Lynch. My older brother, Dickie Lynch. Mary Kay Lynch, and Valerie Lynch. My dad liked to garden. He liked to grow vegetables, and tomatoes were an important part of that garden. He'd put them in the ground, he'd put poles next to each one, he'd tie them up, he'd carefully and gently prune them, and we got the best tasting tomatoes off of those tomato plants that Dad grew. Never gave it much thought until I got a little bit older. When we were living out in New Windsor, New York, on Hudson Drive, I think I was in about 4th grade, I finally asked Dad, where do you get these tomato plants? I'd asked him before, and he just hemmed and hawed, didn't say much, but I guess I was old enough now that I could understand. And he told me. He said, I get them at work, at DuPont. I said, they grow them there? He says, yeah, they grow there, but they don't grow them for me. I said, well, how do you get them? He says, the plant is hooked up to a sewer. So whenever you flush a toilet or wash your hands, the water all gets pumped out onto this flat field. It spreads out there. He says, I guess all the guys eat tomatoes. When they get digested, there's seeds that don't digest, and they go out in the field and they sprout. I go out and look at the sprouts, and when they're about 3 or 4 inches tall, I pick the best looking sprouts and I bring them home and plant them in the garden. We were all aghast. These were sewage plants, sewage tomato plants. We weren't going to eat those tomatoes. The next day, I think all of us thought about it as we were having lunch with bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches. Oh yeah, with peanut butter. That was my dad's little trick to make the sandwich even better. We're having those sandwiches with those fine tomatoes on them, and we promptly decided that we don't know where those plants came from. Those are just good tomatoes.